When the 76ers last met the Charlotte Bobcats, turnovers were the order of the night. The Sixers went everywhere the Bobcats went. With no place to hide, Charlotte was coerced into a floor record 29 giveaways. By the time this lockdown ended, the Sixers had crushed their visitors, yielding just 63 points. But the Bobcats are on the prowl, ready to unleash the open floor ferocity of Gerald Wallace, the point proficiency of Jason Richardson, and the paint patrolling of power forward Emeka Okafor. Indeed, elephants nor bobcats never forget. Originally named for the wife of King George III of England, the city of Charlotte is thus known as the Queen City. You'll remember the Hornets once played here. But since moving on to New Orleans, the Hornets were replaced 4 years ago by the expansion Bobcats. Their home is here in downtown Charlotte. The main man is the reigning Eastern Conference Player of the Week, Gerald Wallace, a guy who can stuff a stat sheet, most notably their leading scorer on the season. Tonight, the second meeting of the season between these two teams. Comcast Sportsnet presents live from the Charlotte Bobcats Arena NBA basketball as the Sixers take on the Charlotte Bobcats. Good evening to you. Welcome once again to 76ers basketball. I'm Mark Zumoff. Certainly, both teams will remember their first meeting of the season back in early November at the Wachovia Center. The Sixers will recall it for the way they won, and the Bobcats will remember it for the way they lost. This was a Sixer trouncing. The 63 for the Bobcats went away from an all-time franchise low. Andre Iguodala got his numbers, but check out some of the other stats. 17 steals, and the Sixers were wildly fast-breaking that night against the Bobcats. Now, Bob Salmi, like the Knicks last night, the Bobcats a much different team since the last time they met the Sixers.
Well, much different team. Back on November 7th, Mark, like you said, they got blown out of the water, and Gerald Wallace was 3 for 11 from the floor and only scored 10 points. Since that time, he has really turned it on and started to play at a very, very high level, a level that the entire NBA has started to notice. Reigning NBA Eastern Conference Player of the Week. How about these numbers for a week? 29 a game, 8 rebounds, just under 5 assists, and his ability to get to the basket is unquestioned. This ability to make three-pointers and perimeter shots is something he's added to his game this season to extend himself, and he's always been able to steal the ball and get out on the open floor and make spectacular plays. But again, last time these two teams played, throw it out the window, because since these two teams have played, the Charlotte Bobcats are playing at a much, much higher level.
And because of the way he plays and Jason Richardson, the Sixers making a lineup change, Thaddeus Young getting his first career start tonight. In just a moment, we'll talk to the man that Young is playing with. It'll be Andre Iguodala, of course, the Sixers' leading scorer on the season. We'll be in conversation with him as we continue to warm you up for 76ers basketball tonight, right here on Comcast Sportsnet.
Hey, what's wrong?
Joe's athlete's foot. It's brutal.
Show him the new stuff. It's new Lamisil Gel Advanced. Cures athlete's foot with half the treatments.
Half the treatments?
Half the treatments, all the cure.
The NBA season is in full swing and the action is heating up. NBA League Pass lets you see the hottest teams no matter where you live or where they play. The Suns are shining bright in the West, and the Celtics are streaking in the East. As a part of your subscription, see all the action online with NBA League Pass broadband. Order NBA League Pass from DirecTV for the special price of just $99. To order, call 1-800-GET-SPORTS or visit directtv.com. Don't miss a minute of live NBA action. Get NBA League Pass now.
Hey, what's wrong?
Joe's athlete's foot. It's brutal.
Show him the new stuff. It's new Lamisil Gel Advanced. Cures athlete's foot with half the treatments.
Half the treatments?
Half the treatments, all the cure.
Andre Iguodala, not only the 76ers leading scorer on the season, one of just a handful of players in the league to average at least 19, 5 boards, and 4 assists. We spoke with Andre earlier tonight, and we asked him how the team will bounce back from last night's loss to the Knicks in New York.
Just, hit the glass. I think New York, they beat us on the glass and on the inside. Tonight we got to come back. Let's just have all-around good effort from everybody, inside and out. The Charlotte team really does a good job of getting out on the fast breaks. Richardson and Wallace have been playing great, and they get up the floor pretty well, so just try to keep the game at our tempo.
And they present matchup problems, so a change in the starting lineup tonight. Thaddeus Young is starting for Reggie Evans.
Yeah, I think Thaddeus has come a long way. Since training camp, he's really understanding his role with the team. He's similar to Gerald Wallace to me, but more finesse. Gets to the offensive glass pretty hard, and likes to go left, spin back. Sort of Gerald Wallace, but opposite hands. And I think it's going to help us out better with the matchup with those two.
Being a veteran, how do you help him?
Just talk to him while the game's going on. With certain situations, especially on defense. I think that's the biggest adjustment coming in from college to the NBA. Defensive rotation, a little bit more ISOs, so you got to understand how to square up your man. And just walking through with him after the games, on what's going to occur, next night.
Take us inside some of the game prep. You were spending some time in the locker room with Aaron McKee. What was that all about?
Just going over a few offensive plays, seeing how the defense is guarding me with the ball in certain situations. And we noticed that the more I dribble, the more defense is set. So just making quicker moves and just trying to get to the basket a little bit more.
Andre Iguodala and the 76ers getting set to take on the Bobcats. All the action live from Charlotte right here on Comcast Sportsnet, coming up right after this.
Andre Iguodala. Tonight we have the Rook, Thaddeus Young.
And now the Wachovia starters for the Charlotte Bobcats, featuring Emeka Okafor. He is the starter at center. He also spends some time starting at power forward in his 4th year from the University of Connecticut, 6'10", 255. Last night instrumental in a Bobcat victory over the Bulls in Chicago. He is starting with Jason Richardson and Gerald Wallace. Ned Carroll, only his 2nd start of the season. A reaction by Sam Vincent to the lineup change made by Mo Cheeks. Vincent at 44 years old, his 1st year as an NBA head coach. And Maurice Cheeks' team trying to break a 3-game losing streak tonight after losing last night to the Knicks in New York. Well, tonight we're here at the Charlotte Bobcats Arena.